Hey, people, listen, welcome into the building. Happy Monday. Glad to see y'all all here. Are y'all ready to get into this? Listen, we're talking SWV and Escapes, Queens of R&B. And let me tell you something. These ladies are giving us a show. Now, Tina talks the truth. I mean, come on. It may be a little turbulence, okay? Because maybe some of us are not going to agree on some of the things we got to chat about tonight. But again, like always, we're going to have to agree to disagree. All right. Now, listen, I'm about to board this train, and I'm glad to see y'all hanging out with me tonight. And I'm glad that y'all watching the ladies. Okay. We got it, ladies. We got to stick together. We got to support. Okay. SWV and Escape, no matter which one you like better. We're here to support all of them, okay? So you know how you got to get your ticket onto this ride. You got to just hit the like button. That is your ticket on the train. And can I in the chat, please? Can I get a choo choo? All aboard, because we're about to board this train. Hey, Miss G, thanks for being here. Yes, hit the like button. That's your ticket. And we about to board the train. So we got some riders tonight. Let's see who's on this line ready to get on the train, okay? Hey, the Dawn.
I am the fifth member.
Okay, was she out of control? She said, I am the fifth member. I put that mic in your hand when you was a baby. I stayed when your father left, okay? I am the fifth member. We're going to talk about that because apparently Escape got more than, 4 members. They probably got about 7, okay? They got Rocky, they got Mama Gloria, they got Mama Joyce. Listen, these people, all I can say is my. We know, you know what groups usually have a little bit of, they got a lot. Escape is not the first group to ever go through these type of situations. A lot of groups do, but all I can say is, oh my, okay? Oh my. Let's bring our next border on. Hey, Denzel.
How you doing? How you doing, Diva and everybody?
Doing well. It looks like
Good.
it's going to be a mail train ride tonight. Hold on now. Let me just get this next border on this train here. Hey, Julius.
Hey, listen, I'm tuning in tonight because I heard me a whole lot of tea. So I like the song says, I want me some understanding.
Woo! Let's get some understanding in the building, okay? I'm here for the understanding. Well, you know what? Thank God, Shan. How you doing? You broke this thing up. He's about to have a mail ride.
Shan.
Hey, girl.
Choo choo.
How you doing?
Right.
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
You can hear me clearly, Diva?
Huh?
And everybody? You can hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Because
you
I'm
sound
going on
good.
my iPad today, so I didn't know if the sound. Okay, good.
Okay, yeah, okay, you doing off your iPad. Okay, we like that. All right, guys, let's get started. Let's talk about this show right here, SWV and Escape, Queens of R&B, and they called this episode Discord, okay? Because they're not all on the same accord. They're not all together, okay? A lot of little tension, little turbulence, with the ladies. So we're going to talk about it. I like the way, I always like when they show the families. I don't know why that puts a smile on my face. They showed Tiny and her family when it started out this episode. And listen, her little daughter, first of all, I think all of their kids are beautiful, Tiny and T.I. But that little daughter there is the last one they had. Oh my God, can I have her? Can I go snatch her up? She's such a cutie pie. And then they showed Kandi and her family. I think her and Todd, even before, she got with Todd, I think her and Todd, they got a nice little thing going there. I know a lot of people hate on Kandi and Todd. We're not going to get into that today, but I do believe they got a cute family, okay? They showed Tamika and her daughter, and, I saw Tamika. I ain't mad at her. In the background in her kitchen, she had all her seasonings on the counter. I mean, come on, girl. If they not trying to promote your stuff, stick it in every scene, no matter which way you can. So put your seasonings in there. I think that when you do this reality TV, listen, when you sign up to do reality TV, you are signing up to your life away almost, right? So you got to get some benefit out of it. And hey, if you got a product, a t-shirt or whatever, put that thing up in the scene and let that thing be seen. So I'm going to give it up for Tamika for having her seasonings in the background. I ain't mad at her, okay? Hey, Nikki, I brought you up. You good?
Oh, hi.
How you doing? Okay.
I'm good.
Good. So we saw Tasha meets up with Taj, okay? And they went, was that a museum of, what was that? African American Music History Museum.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. You know what? I like that museum. And everybody was in there. SWV was in there. Escape was in there. Whitney Houston. I like that. Where was that at? I think, was that in Georgia? Was that in Atlanta?
It was in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville. Oh, okay. I may have to go there, take a trip. I like that and how they met up. You know what I do like? I do like Taj a lot. Something about Taj, I'm really connecting with her. She just seems like a good person all around. Okay, I really do like her. She doesn't come, for the shenanigans. But her and Tasha get to talking at the museum, and Tasha. Sometimes people memory is different, right? Because Tasha was like, you know what? I'm mad at my sister because she disrespected my mother, and I'm the oldest. She said, I'm the oldest, and you can't be disrespecting moms. Tasha, can we talk about the money? That's the real problem here. Can we talk about the money? Your sister was mad over some money. And if you're going to bring this conversation up with Taj, you need to say that, my sister and this money thing, and I don't know what she's talking about, do something. But we need you to talk about the money. And then, they show Coco. She goes and has lunch with two of her friends and talks about how, SWV is celebrating 30 years in the business. And Coco also talked about, she got diagnosed with bipolar depression and she's on meds now. And thank God for everybody. Thank God for everybody that she said that I am on meds, because, if I wasn't on meds, things wouldn't be so good. So I just want to talk about those two scenes really quickly. We're going to go around, Devon, I'll start with you. Tasha talking to Taj, they at the little museum. What are your thoughts?
Tasha is still showing herself sneaky.
Yes.
It's just, you're going to tell a non-group member that you have a pending deal on the table. And that's why you were in town.
That's part. Yes.
It's so messy because she did that knowing that Taj was going to go back and tell the rest of them. She knew that.
Yes.
She knew Taj was going to ask them, did they know? It's crazy for her to, to even do that to her group members. And, like Kandi said, this is exactly what happened the last time. She went ahead and got this sneak behind their back and didn't tell them. She waited till she got a platform, this show to try to search out for this deal. But I don't blame her for that. I blame her God for that. The one who she prays to, Rocky. But the scene with Coco and their friends, I like that because those are actually her real friends. And I know, those are her real friends. And Coco is right. If she did not have her meds, she will be going off on people. We've seen it previously. So I'm glad that she knows what she has, and she's gotten that taken care of.
Yeah, you know what I do, and you know what I do also appreciate? I appreciate her mentioning it, right?
Right.
Because there's a lot of people, sometimes with these shows too, what I love is when people be authentic. It helps other people that are watching, right? To know that, listen, I'm normal. Maybe I should go get help too, because I had similar thoughts, or I thought similar ways or whatever. And if she can admit to it and go get help, then maybe I can too. So I did appreciate her for telling her truth and saying, hey, I'm on medication and I'm good now. So I did appreciate that with her. I really do. I'm really enjoying this show. And I really feel like, we know that all of these reality shows, it got to give us some drama, but I like that theirs feel more authentic and truthful than a lot of this other made up mess that we have been seeing lately. So that's what something I really love about this show. So I'm going around, I'm coming to you, Denzel. Welcome in the building, Nadi.
Hey, Diva. Good evening, panel.
How you doing?
All right. So what's up, Denzel? What do you think about, I'm glad that Don mentioned this. Tasha, how you telling somebody else about a deal before you telling your group, the people that you make money with? So talk to us.
Yeah, she was messy she was very messy, saying that. She's sneaky, she can't be trusted. Like, who does that? And then not only that, not only that, they're gonna find out because on TV, and she didn't tell them, and then they find out on TV. That's really bad. That's really bad. She can't be trusted at all.
Well, we
And
know she can be trusted because, like somebody said, she ain't talk about them missing coins, okay?
right, and I want to talk about Coco from SWV.
Mhm.
You know what? I didn't even know she was going through that, and I appreciate that she was honest to the audience about her mental health. And it's good that she's taking medication, like she says she will go off on some people, and that was good that she was telling her friends that it was a great scene. I like that.
I liked it too. And her friends seemed like true friends, not friends that
Yes,
she bought and purchased off the street.
exactly,
Right?
exactly. They her real friends.
They are real friends.
Hmm.
Julius, and listen, we ain't gonna get deep into it, but she said she still got it at 52. I ain't mad at you, Coco.
Yeah,
Come on.
go on now. Go on now.
That's part.
Work it. Work it.
Work it. Julius, what?
Ooh, I mean, the bar is set good here.
Yes.
But I have to say, I seen like a video of the three ladies, Tiny, Kandi, and I believe was it Tamika
Yes.
on a radio show.
Uh-huh.
And I think the way to me how they express like how they've been expressing their feelings,
Mm-hmm.
why you ain't having faith in your sisters? Even though Tamika is her blood sister,
Uh-huh.
you also have Kandi and Tiny too. Why you ain't coming to your sisters?
Wait, what do you mean? You gotta talk to me. What do you mean by that?
What I mean is, like the hint that I got from the video that I seen
Uh-huh.
as they was talking, I think they want her to win. Whatever they want, whatever she wants to do,
Oh, they want Tasha to win.
right. The
Right.
one who's wants to do like the solo
Mm-hmm.
career. They want her to win. They
Mhm.
support her.
Yes.
But we supposed to. But like the hint that I got from all of them is, if we supposed to have this sisterhood, this bond, because we were together countless times making records, all of that. Why you couldn't just share it with us? Why keep it a secret? What you thought we was gonna like?
Well, her puppet master is controlling her in everything that she does. Rocky, okay?
I definitely agree about that dude. He is.
If Rocky says talk, she talks. Rocky says shut up, she shuts up. Rocky says go, whatever he says, that's what she does. Okay. Rocky is a bit much, but I don't want to take the train off the track, but there are some females, when they get in a relationship, they lose themselves.
That's very true.
Tasha's gone.
Yes,
we don't know where
Yeah.
Tasha's at. She's somewhere lost up inside of Rocky. Okay.
Yeah.
And Rocky allegedly is for the streets, but that's neither here nor there nor anywhere. I'll
Right.
come back to Julius, because we got other scenes to get to, but radiance. What do you think so far? All we talked about is how Taj and Tasha spoke. They met at the museum or whatever, and Coco met up with her friends.
Okay. Hey, Diva. Hey, Great Tribe. Of course, I'm Team Escape, okay? But these things that I say about Escape members does not change the way I view them, okay?
Okay.
I don't like that Latasha, Missy, Scott is going behind her group members' back, making deals, having conversation with outside group members. You're talking to everybody except who you need to talk to.
That
Even
part.
Rocky, her God, as we would call it, said you're gonna have to talk to them. You're gonna have to let them know. Even though he just helping her create this storyline in the moment, she still needs to talk to her group mates because that's who it affects most. If I was SWV, I wouldn't be too keen with signing with Escape for no show, no tour, or whatever. If all their members are not on one accord, that's shaky ground to me. So they need to decide if they're going to move forward as Escape 3 with the E backwards, upside E, whatever they want to do. They need to decide that, because with Tasha, she didn't make it in the 90s. She's not gonna make it today.
Oh
If
my.
she really was the goddess of gospel, then she would have made it in all those 20 years that they were not filming and making songs and touring. So the Scott sisters seen the whole church down, and in Atlanta, and it's a very well-known church. It's a smaller church, but it's like, y'all been known for all these years. Why you ain't been put out a gospel classical bop? You know what I mean? She could have been did that. But she doesn't. She waited to get on the show to have relevancy, pulling off Kandi and Tiny, reality TV stardom, and she's hoping this project takes off, but it's gonna flood just like it did in the 90s. She's gonna be irrelevant again. So this is just history repeating itself.
History repeating itself in a very bad way. It's like you doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result. Messy.
That's right.
Nikki, you're in the building. What are your thoughts?
Did you say Nikki?
Nikki, yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna say first, I didn't watch the episode yet because I've been working, but
okay.
It's been going, social media, I feel like has just been blowing up. So I'm like, Lord Jesus. But I just want to say that I don't know, Coco, like, okay, so I like the show overall.
Okay.
I just feel as though the Coco lady, but you have to have an antagonist, I guess. She seems to me to be she's like slightly annoying, kind of like, she kind of has like that Tamar syndrome where she believes like she has an inflated ego. But it's talented. Like Tamar's talented, but she has this inflated ego. Like I always call them like ghetto fabulous, meaning they feel as though if they wear red bottoms, then by default they're classy. And I'm like, sis, I got red bottoms. That don't mean nothing. Like I still grew up in the hood. But anyway,
gutter Barbies.
Who? The gutter Barbies?
She's talking about another show. But wait,
okay.
Nikki, I'm gonna let you finish, but I gotta say this. You gotta watch it, and then you come back next Monday. You don't have to leave right now, but I'm just saying, I want you to watch the episode, and then you talk to me next Monday, because I think you got the wrong feeling about Coco.
Okay.
Go ahead. I think you got the wrong feeling about Coco. I'm actually
no.
The only reason I say that,
I think you might be right.
I just feel this way.
Okay, talk to me.
Coco, well, I don't know if it was Coco or Tosh said it, but I feel like I think Coco said she didn't like her or her, like on episode 1 or something like that, when they were talking about their whole group. Like it was the Coco show almost, if that makes sense. Now I was like 10 years old whenever SWV was like, coming on to the scene or whatever. I love their music, but if they come on TV and say that, or you come on TV and say that and have to say you had to grow, it feels very Tamar, and I should be at the front. My music my talent is made for the front, not the back. Even though her sister Tony is a superstar, but nonetheless, it's just my personal feeling.
Right.
But like I said, I think you need an antagonist. You need somebody who's a little bit like annoying or whatever. You kind of just need that. Now, I know you guys y'all were talking about her saying or revealing that she has bipolar. Is that what someone said? She has bipolar disorder. I happen to work in a psych hospital. I have to just say this because I think people sometimes watch a movie and they think they understand what bipolar disorder is. It's not what you see in the movie. You have to have criteria that you have to meet. There has to be an onset, and there's like lots of things you have to go through before you can say someone has bipolar disorder. It's not bipolar just because they moody and have an attitude. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's a serious thing though. So if she talked about that on film, I think that's amazing. And then I just want to touch on this one last thing with Tasha's husband.
Yes.
Rocky, y'all can tell me what y'all think, but this is what I've been thinking. I've always felt like he is the he like gasses her up, right? He's
Yes,
like,
he does.
and not saying that he shouldn't, because he's your husband. You're supposed to, like, he's supposed to ride with you. I want my husband to gas me up, right? But it feels like he gasses her up so then she can go and come into the meeting, whatever it is, and have an attitude and have like this, again, inflated self-ego. And then the girls are like on guard, like, we want to be down, we want to do it. And then she already is like putting herself in it feels like to me he's sabotaging her. You know what I'm saying? And then
he is. Yeah,
he sabotages her, and then he becomes the hero when he's like, oh, we're gonna go to Tennessee or wherever they went.
Her.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm
You're
just
calling
like,
that right. I agree with you.
I feel
He gaslights her to deflect from what he's doing out here in these streets, allegedly.
Right. Now, I don't know.
Exactly that part.
I don't know about the streets and the curb and all that, but I did hear that. I just feel like you just never
allegedly.
So to me, he just bothers my soul, and it just bothered my soul even more because she is a talented person, but I feel like the reason she never was able to get off is probably more about him, and not because you know how some men, their ego is so, it's like, I can't let you be greater, you know. And I don't like to say that about people, but it just feels like, if she's greater, then what am I, kind of thing.
Yeah. And he's low self-esteem. She's got low self-esteem everywhere. And if you look at her posture throughout the show, even when they record together, they don't even look in sync. She looks very unhappy. And one thing like I recognized about her, she's used to people speaking for her. It started with her mother, right? Then the divide became in between the sisters. And then when they got into the group, then she latched on to her sister. Her sister defended her and everything. And then it was her husband too. She latched on. She's not used to thinking independently. She reminds me of a battered woman. She really does.
And can I say this?
Hold on, Nadi. Go ahead, finish up, Nikki.
I just want to say this one thing. I don't like to, like, I'm not a pocket watcher. Like, however much money you make, you do what you do. But I don't know. It just feels like to me that house that they living in ain't their house. Is it just me? Because it's just pristine.
Rocky and Tasha. I really didn't pay attention to the house. I would have to go back and look.
Immaculate. Like in terms of cleanliness. And don't get me wrong, you know, your house could be immaculate. There are people out there, but it just doesn't look lived in to me. So that's the only other thing. So I'm like, are y'all living y'all real life, or is this just for this show until y'all can get on?
You know what? I appreciate, even if you are just cleaning the house up for the show, I can appreciate that. Yeah, I don't want to see no mess on the show. But, you know, I have to go back and look at it. But I think Nadi hit a nail on the head there. She does seem like she kind of like crunches down, like her body language is different whenever he shows up. Yeah, he got a strong hand in that situation. But I think, again, like Nadi said, low self-esteem. And see, when you start out that way and your man is your savior, he's the one that's building you up, or it could be vice versa. It just sometimes it just doesn't go well that way. So yes,
exactly.
So I appreciate you know, you, Nikki, and everything you said there. So let me get to, I am Leo. I didn't get to you yet, and I'm coming around. Julius and Naughty Love, I'm coming to y'all, and Chef Cat. So I am Leo Aries. What do you have to say about this situation?
Like everybody else, pretty much everything's pretty much been said. I do love the show. I was an adult, well, I guess 18 or 19 when Escape and SWV came out. So I'm very aware of how Coco at least has managed very unpredictably her personality. It was a big ego back in the days. I remember Todd saying that their fourth member was Coco's ego. But I can definitely So, but even with her friends, pretty much, I could tell a difference. I really can tell that she's more self-aware of her own, I guess, you know, flaws that we all have, personality flaws. She's very more self-aware than she was in her early days.
I totally agree. Shan, what are your thoughts? And I want to add some more scenes in here. But what are your thoughts so far?
I don't hate a lot of things in life, but I hate when somebody tells a story and they don't tell the whole story.
Oh yeah. That
she
part.
had that girl thinking that they're beefing because Tamika is so disrespectful to her mother.
True.
Girl, where is the money? Okay, cue Rihanna. B, you better have my money. Like, I don't get it. She should have told the whole story or not said anything at all.
Facts.
Yes, Shan.
It was real cute, you know. I feel like, you know what? I don't think he wants her to be a solo artist because he thinks she's that good. I feel like when she's isolated, that's how he can control her more. Because I'm sure in the group, he doesn't really have much of a say. But if she's a solo artist, of course, she's going to listen to her husband, you know?
That's right. That's right.
What? That's a very good point there because
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's scary.
Definitely.
She does sound good, but I don't think that's the real reason. He wants her to be a solo artist so bad.
Yeah, it's scary.
She sounds good.
So he can have more control.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you say that on?
I said she sounds good allegedly.
To me, quite honestly, can I say something about that? I feel like she has not grown vocally at all, and she does a lot of overruns to cover up for the lack thereof in her voice, because she should be way bigger than what she is if she sings the way she sings.
I can agree with that.
I agree with
the
that
problem
too.
is in the business though, it's not always about who has the voice. It's a lot more to it, right?
It's who
the
personality. The look plays a part in it too.
The look plays a large part in it.
But personality.
And personality.
That it factor, personality. I don't see anything when I see Tasha. I really do see a inside that is empty. I'm serious, y'all. I do not see a person.
Maybe she never felt, anything like for herself and any value. And so this guy comes along and allegedly give her some value and so forth. And then maybe that's why she leaned on him so much, because some people, they can't like be on their own type of thing.
It's true. She cannot independently think, and I agree with Chan. I can't believe, because I love Taj. I love Taj with all my heart because she's fair. She's intentional. You see how she set up that visit at the music museum. How are you going to tell something to an outside group member before you tell the actual group? I felt like it was messy. I felt like she's always trying to stir the pot to bring the attention back on her, to be difficult and things like that. And I feel like if you were supposed to have a solo career, what about all those years Xscape was not together? And let's not forget, guys, the Scott sisters begged Kandi to bring that group back together. Kandi didn't want to do it.
Very true. Very true.
They did.
So
they begged Kandi because Kandi did not need this. And the first thing she do is start doing the same thing she did back in the day, trying to make it all about her. And I'm here to tell you, honey, if you were supposed to pop, you had about 20 years to pop on your own.
Come on now.
Didn't you know the man told her she's Beyonce?
Boom. Beyonce.
The man told her she was Beyonce.
Not Beyonce.
Basically, you know how there's the Beyonce.
She would never be Beyonce.
Hold on, guys. Chef Cab, let me let you in the building, and then I'm going to speak on some of these other scenes. Go ahead, Chef Cab.
What happened?
Are you there, Chef Cab?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
What's going on?
It's a good show. I've been watching. That's about it right now. I'm waiting for my scenes. I got something to say.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'll let you wait till your scene.
Diva, can I just mention about Coco? I appreciate her being so open about her mental illness. As you know, Diva, I'm a bit. I see the growth in Coco. Yes, she was the diva back in the day, but she is more humanized. Yes. And one thing that's solid, SWV got their stuff together. Okay, they a sisterhood and they got each other back. And I'm sure Diva gonna get into it.
We gonna get into it. And Nadia, I will agree with that. Now, I've been riding for Xscape for this show, but I'm not going to disagree when a fact is a fact. I will agree to that. They have definitely matured. They understand it's about their money and the business and getting that job done, regardless of feelings. SWV, yes. So I will agree with you on that. So wait, let me add this scene here. Tamika mom comes to her house to, come see her so they can chat. Now, Tamika, let me tell you something. This daughter is a daughter to the end of the day. She's a good daughter, okay? And listen, the Bible says, and I'm not trying to, tell anybody what to believe in, but you good to your parents, your days are going to be long. And I'm kind of summarizing the verse. That
Amen.
girl, hands down, is a good daughter. She done cooked the mother's favorite meal, made some salmon, made some cabbage and whatever else she made that was on that plate. She was kind of skimpy with the food, but whatever. The plate was kind of half empty.
Not half empty.
I'm just
Diva.
saying, a little skimpy with it. But you know what? But she made Mama some dinner. Mama came a little apprehensive, and I understand why, right? Because they going through a little something right now. Mama comes, they open up the door, whatever, and she don't even know what to do. Hug her mother or what? Because her mother is always Team Tasha. So they come in, they get to talking, and we gotta chat about this. This happens to a lot of females, right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, know what, men, close your ears if you want to, but unfortunately, some men they get with the female, they marry them, and then the no good man leaves. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He leaves.
Oh,
and he leaves the wife. He leaves the wife with 2-3 kids behind, and he don't give a darn how they're gonna fend for their life. Now you had this woman. She was a housewife. You knew she wasn't working, and daddy left, right? So mama had to figure out how to pull that whole thing together when daddy left. So mama felt the kind of way, right? She was like, listen, I was mommy, I was daddy. I'm the one that put that mic in your hand. Allegedly. She told Tamika, I'm the one to put that mic in your hand, okay? I am the 5th member, and you need to respect me. Y'all are who y'all are. You're a part of Escape, because of me. I'm the 5th member. I put the mic in your hand. When your daddy left, I was here. Okay?
Oh, please.
So yes, I'm coming to you. Hold on. The mother feeling some type of way, okay? So she said she the 5th member, point blank, period, and you better put some respect on her name. Okay, she feel like
you better ask Mama Joy.
So that could be why. Listen, this is all alleged, right? That could be why when Tasha got that royalty check, and it was for $30K, that could be why Mama G felt okay with Tasha putting it in the bank and she getting some too, because she figured she was the 5th member anyway. But I'm just saying, allegedly, that could be why Mama G was
that
okay
makes a lot of
with
sense.
The $30,000 not going in Tamika's bank account, but going in Tasha and Rocky's bank account, because she split the money. She felt probably like she was owed some of those royalties, okay? She's so, and she's really big mad. This mother is big mad at her ex-husband, their father, and Tamika happens to look like daddy. So all the anger that Miss Gloria has towards daddy, she putting it on Tamika's back, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Mama G, and the Oscar goes to Mama G. Yes, the Oscar goes to Mama G.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
In the end, after Mama G said, respect me, and she went off and did all that, she said, come look at me. She said, look at me. Look at me, girl.
As soon as she told her she was about to step back. You see that manipulation?
Yeah, ain't that manipulation? She was like, I'm done. I can't do this with y'all. And she said, no, look at me. Look at me. I love you. If you ain't feel like I love you, I'm sorry. But I love you, and I always love you. Now give Mama a hug.
Problem not solved. Not solved.
Give Mama a hug and stop it. Stop all this nonsense. And you notice, because she always got to bring Tasha back in it.
Yep.
Tasha loves you, and she's hurt. She hurt? I'm hurt, Mama. But
what
no,
about
you bring up Tasha, because Mama always got to bring Tasha back in the situation. Yeah, delusional with entitlement issue, that Mama Gloria Mama Gloria is a piece of work. But honey, she did a performance at Tamika's house.
She did.
This could have been a Tyler Perry show.
It could have been. She did a performance. I'm gonna start at the bottom and work my way up this time. Radiance, really quickly, what do you have to say about Mama Gloria?
Mama Gloria and her visitation to her least favorite daughter, Tamika. The plate was a little skimp, but it was a classy plate, and they was doing portion control. So that's what happened.
Okay. All right, thank you.
And the thing about the mother, Mama G, putting the mic in her hand, let's be clear. The daddy is the one that was musically inclined. He was playing at church. He's the reason why they had their musical ear and their talent. So he was developing them. So I'm not sure what age he left the family, but he had a lot to do with their upbringing, because one picture resurfaced on the internet with the two girls standing around their father playing the piano at the church. Yeah. So she can't just be like, because she put the mic in their hand. She didn't make them. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't doing no keys and no notes and all that stuff. She was just probably more of like a momager. And I imagine they've been in the game for 29 years. She done got a piece of somebody's royalty somewhere. They didn't need to take girl 30,000 just to try to compensate for something. Because as big as Tamika Hart is, I feel like she done gave her mama something. Help her with a down payment, pay some bills off, pay some debt off. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about they were making this money 18, 19, 20 years old. And they were all in the same
the mother's house. Sorry to interrupt. The mother's house is sick. It's very nice.
It is nice. So somebody passed that. Okay, but I mean, it must be a collaboration of stealing money, royalties, what they gave her willingly. It must be a combination. So she's living off her daughters, and I'm done with Mama G. But at least
Mama G is the fifth member. She says she's living off her own money. Okay, Mama G said I am the fifth member. Apparently, wait, I gotta spin around because we gotta get to this last scene. But Julius, what do you think, Mama G? What is your opinion about Mama G?
Oh, Mama G is like Mama D. Sometimes she don't know boundaries.
That part. That part. I know you my mama, but don't be touching my face.
Right.
Like, look at me. I'm your mother. I'm the fifth member. Don't disrespect me. I am Leo Aries. What are your thoughts about Mama G?
You know, Mama G is real good at what she do. She does know how to whip them girls together, because I do believe that both of the girls do support her. Of course, with Rocky's help, because he got to keep her in play too. You know how that is. Got to keep the mom in play as well. So she a piece of work. But did you notice how when she started screaming about she was the fifth member, how small Tamika made herself, how she put her head down? She went all the way into little girl mode, but she still held her ground. She was like, no, mama, you do think you the fifth member. You do. And it's not right. And she still said what she had to say, but she kept her head down. It's a very
interesting,
a very toxic relationship that's going on between them daughters and that mama, and it's deep too.
It is deep. Yeah, you're right. You know what? It's toxic. It's deep. The mother needs therapy too, because she still heard about what the daddy did. I can't help it. My daddy left. But what we're not going to do, mama, is you're not going to treat me like I'm my daddy just because I look like him. I'll remind you of him. Okay, so that's what we're not going to do. But I think that I know that Tasha and Tamika is still helping her, because when Tamika says she going to back away, that's when mama got her whole life together.
Diva. Got it all the way together then.
He was like, hold on, wait a minute. Now she wanted to give her a hug. You ain't give her a hug when you walked up in that house. You ain't giving her a hug. You ain't giving no kiss. You ain't giving nothing. You talked about.
She said, "I'm backing up." She's straightened right on up.
She's straightened right on up. She got her life together.
Mama taught the girls how to get her together, Diva.
That part. She woke up. Nikki, I know you didn't see it, but what do you think about Mama G?
Okay, so look, I put some notes in here because I've been thinking about her since episode 1.
Oh, okay.
But so okay, let me just touch on this because I talked about like working at a psych hospital. It's because I'm a new therapist, so that's why I automatically think about everybody. But I feel like this. With Miss G, one, she has, or D, or whatever her name is, she has, to me, like arrested development. So, you know, it's like wherever trauma happened, if you don't learn coping skills to manage that, you're going to automatically go back. Anytime you're triggered, and let me just say this, grief and trauma and all of that, it doesn't have an expiration date. So you can't walk around telling people, why aren't you over it yet? You know, you can't do that because it's their grief. It's not your grief. So when I say you, meaning no one else can tell you when you should be over it or be through it, because it doesn't have an expiration date. anytime you get triggered, you go back to wherever that spot is. The only difference is like when you come to therapy, you realize you learn coping skills. So you say, okay, instead of me going directly from I got triggered to I'm angry or I'm crying or, you know, depressed, you figure out what you want to do, what response you want to have to being triggered. That's the problem with Ms. G. She hasn't figured out what her response should be when she gets triggered about the infidelity or the daddy leaving or whatever her grief is. That's why I say I feel like she has arrested development. That's number one. And I'm not trying to give her no pass because she sat there on that couch and told her daughter she was jealous. I was like, girl, I'm done with you. So I just wanted to say that, what was the last thing I wanted to say? Oh, I just wanted her to have some sort of, but I don't think she does. I don't think she's able to take responsibility or any type of, it is very reminiscent to like old people. And I don't mean that in a negative, derogatory way, but like, I mean, I live in Houston, Texas, and in the South, it's very much yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And if you're older, then you automatically get respect. I don't believe in that. Maybe because I'm a millennial or Gen X or whatever. I do believe that you should give people respect, especially your elders. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to come and disrespect me and think I'm not going to match it. I'm not going to be disrespectful, right? I'm going to still keep it in line, but you're not going to say just because I'm 78, I get to talk to you crazy. No, I'm going to talk to you crazy too. It's just going to be real intelligent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to, it's like writing a professional email. I'm going to read you, but it's not going to be disrespectful in that way. And so I just think she probably comes from that school of thought of like, regardless, it's almost like that Ike Turner mama situation where it was like he paid her a little money to take Tina on. It's like it feels very adjacent to that, where it's like as long as I can get some money from this situation, I almost don't really care about what you do to my daughter. And another thing about that Tasha girl, you know how we were saying that she, or some people were saying that you guys think that she's like very manipulated, maybe doesn't have high self-esteem or whatever the case may be. She goes with whatever Rocky says. Think about it though, like if her mom has been manipulating her whole life, which I feel that way already, and then she passes her off, so it's sort of like you grew up in an abusive home. You kind of like, I'm scared my whole life, but it's so easy to get into an abusive relationship because it's what you've seen. And so it's not like so it's not unfamiliar. What's unfamiliar is sidebar, my little goddaughter coming over here when they don't have food at their house and thinking like, oh my God, I'm in like Wonderland. That's what's, you know, problematic. That should be a trick, like, but not like you go from your mama manipulating to me the hell out of you your entire life and your entire existence. And then I pass you off to another massive manipulator. That's why she's like that. She's not her own self. And I don't even really believe she even knows how to like get back there. So
that's a good assessment. I do like that. She was manipulated her whole life by mama. And so she ended up with somebody just like her mama.
Absolutely. And honestly, so has the other sister. What's the other one? Tamika? She has too. But if you notice, I think Tamika said at some point she went to therapy or she's had therapy or she said therapy was healthy or something to that effect. I think it's sort of like when you go off to college, if you grew up in a small town or in a rough town or whatever, and that's all you know, and then you go somewhere and you realize it isn't all of what I thought it was. I feel like that's Tamika now. Like she was under their little cloud, which is why she called a radio station talking about Kandi sleeping with everybody or whatever. I feel like that was them manipulating her because Tasha didn't call in. She the golden child. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now I feel like Tamika has woken up, and although she probably still wants to be respectful to her mom, she's like, I'm a mom. Like, I'm not going to allow you look at what you're doing in front of your grandchild.
Well, you remember her daughter, I don't know if you saw it, her daughter was the one that told her, Tamika's daughter told her, you was emotionally abused.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, her daughter had to tell her. I mean, you're hitting a nail on the head there. That's what they know. It's very sad. And it's a generational curse just being passed on. And they think it's normal.
They don't know any different. That's why I was telling you about like my goddaughter when she would come over, because I had lost contact with her mom since like 5 years old and then got back in contact with her at like 11. And she just wasn't in a good situation. They weren't. But when she would come to my house, it was peaceful. We have food in the refrigerator. The lights not getting cut out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now she sees a whole different. I feel that way about Tamika and Tasha. I feel like they both are stuck there and they're both manipulated by their mom. That's how I feel about it.
Ooh, they truly are. Thank you for the super chat. So Mama G fuse these girls' anger and animosity. She does. Tamika has to feed them with a long-handed spoon for her sake, for the sake of her sanity. She does. But you know what? I think it's hard for sometimes people to break away, period. But imagine when it's your mother and your sister.
Can I just say one more thing? I'm so sorry. Just one more
thing.
Thank
you for the super chat. Go ahead.
I just really feel as though, and this is, I think, really hard. I hate to lump everybody in the Black community, but I do think sometimes we have like a collective unconsciousness, like we just know stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people feel as though longevity, like I feel like they confuse or conflate longevity with loyalty, right? So it's like, I've been knowing you since I was in the 2nd grade, so therefore I have to be loyal to you. And I feel the same way about like blood relatives. People feel like, oh well, as long as if that's your mom or your sister or whatever, then you have to put up with the shenanigans. And it's like you can't conflate the two. Like I can have, for instance, if there's a person in my life that I love, but they're just a toxic person. So let's say it's your auntie or somebody like that. Mm-hmm. It's like, I will make a conscious effort to say, I love my auntie and I wouldn't want, if she died tomorrow, I don't want to kick her out of my life. So if she died tomorrow, then I'm going to regret, I could have done X, Y, and Z. No, what I'm going to do is deal with her in doses. So auntie, every Sunday at 3:00, we're going to go to Luby's and you go get, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to be on my terms. I'm going to, I'm going to not take myself out of it where I can't have any type of relationship with you because you're toxic. It's just going to be on my terms. So I'll do this with you. And I think that's where Tamika is going to have trouble because she needs to set up something like that where it's like, I can still love my mom.
She can't set that up. When you have 50 diagnoses or 50 situations going on, it's not going to be that easy for you to just fix this one right here when maybe you got to fix this before you can fix that.
100%.
So, it's just like she has so many things that she got to resolve. She got a lot of guilt. She has guilt. She even said, I don't know if it was this episode or another episode. She even said that, matter of fact, it was an interview, like everything is blended now. She even said in one interview, and she was crying in that interview. She was with Kandi and Tamika. And Tiny. It was Tamika, Kandi, and Tiny. And she even said that, you know what? I hate all of the backlash that my sister and my mom is getting from the show.
Oh, really?
She did.
Wow. Yeah, she did say that. I saw that.
Yeah, she on her YouTube, and I get it. Yeah, she said it. Okay, I need to move on. Chef Cab, what are your thoughts? Do you want me to come back? I think I know what scene you want to discuss, Chef Cab.
No, I'm cool. So this right here is very more serious than people think. Right. I've known people who've gone through it. I've gone through it, and I don't know. I spoke to a lady who had been through this. She was on the other side of it. I was on the child side of it. And it is a mental thing because she had an issue with her child because her child is just like her ex. And it does trigger something. You know what I mean? And you don't know as the child, there's no blueprint to this. There's no blueprint to how to get over it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So whether it's therapy, my mom even had this conversation with her. I told her I was like in my 40s. I said, we should have had therapy. And she said, I didn't know about it. Mm-hmm. She said therapy was never presented because as I got older, I started to look more like my father and to see her not speak to me. We're living in the same house. I couldn't figure out why. And it was my stepdad who said, she can't look at you because you look more like your father. Mm. And so that's like, yo, hold up. And I known people who went through that. So that side is real deep. So to me, all of them need to go to therapy. But the problem is she's lashing out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so when I spoke to the young lady who was at the time who was going through that, went through that, and she said it hurt because she would snap at her child for nothing, for the littlest thing. And he didn't know. He was look at her, and and she said her thing was she sent her child to go live with his mom. And what made her snap was when he asked, how come mommy don't want me? And so it was something where you have to deal with that. And, you sit there and I can't tell you, okay, just get over it. You know, my sister went through it with her child when he started to look more like his father, and she was lashing out. You know what I mean? So the bottom line is they all need therapy. This is, I mean, it's a show we all this stuff, but it's just something real serious. But on the other side, I'm trying to figure out, she married to somebody because she got a ring on her finger, or was that just for show?
The mom?
The mom. You ever see the mom left hand? She got a nice rock on that finger.
She married to the Lord. She married to the Lord, Chef Kev.
Don't call me that. The Lord ain't never give me no diamond ring. So I'm trying to figure out where she get that. I don't know if it's just for show or is it just whatever. But Mama got a rock on her finger. On that left ring finger, there's a rock on her finger because she was hugging. I saw it. So is she married to somebody?
Used to wear a ring and she wasn't married. I don't know why she did, but she.
Well, I gotta look at it again, Chef K. But maybe that 30K bought that ring. I'm just asking.
I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying. But let me go, Nadi. What are your thoughts?
Okay,
Mama G.
Okay, so one thing I recognize from the time the mama came in the house, I saw Tamika retreat into like being a little girl again.
Yeah.
You could tell she had been in this place. And it's the mama putting the sisters against each other and competing. Okay. Because they both taking care of her. But what we're witnessing is unresolved generational curses being passed down. Let's talk about it. Okay. Because I agree with Chef Kev. They all need therapy so that they can go through how to resolve conflict resolution without getting so angry and feeling neglected. Like, it is okay. This is a lesson for parents, for real. It is okay to acknowledge your kids' feelings. We're not always right as parents.
Yeah.
Okay. And just to take a step back to acknowledge, and that's all Tamika wanted for her mom in that moment. Mommy, just hear me. And I saw that little girl screaming out inside because I just saw her sitting at that table, her and her sister getting in trouble, and the mama choose the other sister's side. Okay. But I think the other sister, she learned the manipulation from the mama. I feel like she's very manipulative, Latasha. Is it Latasha?
Yeah,
I feel like she's very manipulative. She throws stones and hides her hand.
Yes, she
does. Can't stand on her own 2 feet. But what I think we all witnessed, and I'm glad they put it on the show, that little girl inside screaming out for her mama, just to acknowledge her. Just to hear her. And I'll leave you with that. I'm gonna keep it short or whatever. But I just walked away from that situation like, this young lady still has no resolve. Her mama still wouldn't acknowledge her. But until she said, you know what, I'm gonna pull back from this situation, that's when mama straightened up.
Sat up, honey, in that seat, told her, come here, baby, come here.
What's your motive? And also, you witness a parent living vicariously through their kids because they couldn't have what they wanted because they decided to have all these kids and bring them here. Okay, let's talk about it.
Child,
she decided to bring them kids. It wasn't their fault that her marriage fell apart.
That part. That's where the mama needs a lot of therapy and help, right? The man left. It's all right, baby girl. It's happened to a lot of people. You're not the first. You won't be the last. You got to let that thing go and get over it. Okay? Maybe he didn't send you no money for the kids. Maybe he did you dirty. Maybe you thought y'all was about to starve and lose your mind. But guess what, boo? Y'all made it. So you got to get unstuck from the past. You got to let it go. You can't do nothing about the past. But what you can do something about is the now. And that's where that mother got to get to. But she's saying, I did it. I'm the reason why you said, girl, get over it. If you're the reason for their success, then why does your other daughter, Tasha, have this whole gospel thing popping? You the 5th member.
Where's your album, Diva?
That part. That's all we asking. Shan, what are your thoughts, Mama G? Did I come to you already?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
You know what? The mother was like, oh, I'm the 5th member because when your father left, I did so and so. I'm not giving you brownie points for doing your job. Like, you're supposed to take care of your kids. Sorry. Like, I hate when people are like, I'm a good mother. You're supposed to be. You're supposed to be a good father. You're supposed to take care of your kids. Like, it's not their fault, like Naughty says. And this scene is crazy because I can relate so much to Tamika, like, so much, like, almost made me cry type of thing. But you know what, though? I know exactly what it's like to, like, want your mother's approval and walk in the eggshells and stuff like that. I could just see how she just dying for, like, you know, her mom's approval. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I hope my mom likes this type of thing. Like, I can relate so much to her. But honestly, I would have to take a break from her. Like, because at some point it's just too much. Because Tamika is not really living for herself. She's just living for her mom's approval.
Mm-hmm.
And her mom is very manipulative. Like, somebody's in the comment was saying that they believe her mother was genuine, but it wasn't given genuine to me. It was given, oh, I'm gonna stop sending you some money every month. So now you wanna, oh, I love you so much. And you know, it's funny, it's very real what people say, because like, I have a sister and she looks exactly like my mom, and I look like my dad. So like, I hear people saying that, and I'm like, that's very interesting. I really love this show. Thank you again, Deepa, for putting me on, because I was not about to watch this because Kandi bores me to death.
It's a good show with real life stuff happening.
It's a good show.
We about to get to it, but before we get to it, Dazan, what do you think about, you know, Mama G? You believe her?
I don't know if it's handheld or battery operated, but Mama G needs to call Kandi, quick, fast, and in a hurry, because she needs a life and she doesn't have one.
She does.
And maybe she needs to release. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why she's so angry and bitter.
She's living vicariously through her daughter.
I know it can, you know, it comes in different shades and stuff like that, so she can pick what she wants.
The truth.
But you know, she needs a release.
Bust one, please. The world will be a better place.
You know, she doesn't deserve the honor of a mother right now, because she's pitting her daughters against each other. It's trifling and it's irritating.
Oh, Jesus.
And you know, the plate that she got was the plate that she deserved. You're not coming to my house and eating up all my food. I got a family to feed with the $30,000 that you stole.
Oh my God, good point.
So you're gonna get this amuse bouche. You're gonna get this little appetizer, and that's all you're gonna get. You don't
and
deserve.
I was mad they didn't even pray over the food. They didn't even pray over the food.
You're not getting no more. That's all. That's all you deserve. And
that's
it. Tamika can't give what she wasn't given.
Ooh, good point.
She wasn't given unconditional love. So, how are you supposed to just give this blind unconditional love to your sister who's done you so dirty?
That's true.
You know, the mom. At some point, these 70-year-olds got to get over. My husband left me in the 30s.
Yes, seriously.
And I'm still mad. You're living good. You're living good. You got a good house. You seem like you don't want for anything. Get over this man leaving you. He's probably with some other family right now. Get over it.
And ain't thinking about her. She ain't crossed his mind not
do like
time.
Evelyn Blackson. Go on a date.
Evelyn is stuck in 1962 too. Just saying.
Well, at least she
dates. Yes, she is.
You know,
she does date, but
find somebody find some business of your own. Stay out of your daughter's business.
I agree. Yeah. She don't have a life.
Yeah, I agree.
But Diva, can I say one thing real quick?
Yes, and then I got
watched Tamika's YouTube video, and her daughters were like, I watched Tamika's YouTube video with her daughters, and she was saying how she doesn't show favoritism. So it's funny how we could go through stuff, and it makes us not want to do it or want to do it type of thing. You know, I feel like she's probably trying hard to not show favoritism to her daughter.
Yeah,
I think it because I'm a mom of 2 girls who are 10 years apart. And sometimes the kids get favoritism confused with sometimes a child needs a little more from you at certain points in life. And it's not that you're trying to neglect the other child or whatever. But sometimes they just need more of your attention.
Are you justifying your favoritism?
I don't have favoritism.
No,
I'm playing. I'm joking.
I know she playing with you, but you know what? I agree with you, Nadi, because for those that watch Love and Marriage DC, the Tylers. I don't know why I always want to say the Tylers, but the Tylers. They had Jason, and Jason had a disability. So you are going to have to throw a little more attention that way. Working in a hospital, when I seen parents who had one kid that was really critically ill, by default, a lot of attention went towards the critically ill child's way. And the first I ever heard of a child life program is when I worked in a hospital, and they had that program because those therapists work with the other children in the family, to let them know that you're still loved. Stuff that you have to do is still important, because now you see families where the other child can't be in dance anymore or do this because now a parent has to quit their job because you got this critically ill child, and one parent had to constantly be in a hospital with the child that is sick. And that child, everything is focused around the sick child's schedule versus everybody else's schedule. So I do understand what you're saying. Like, you could get lost because of a circumstance, or because right now, child A needs you a little bit more because of whatever versus child B, but doesn't mean I don't still love child B, right? So
exactly.
I totally get what you're saying. Denzel, you need to talk about Mama G real quick, and then I want to add these other scenes because we got to talk about the situation at hand.
Yeah,
you better get your friend Kandi, Diva.
Go ahead,
get your friend Kandi.
Get my friend. We're gonna talk. But Denzel, really quick, Mama G.
Yeah, the shenanigans is crazy. Mama G, she's she seems like a gaslighter. That scene, it made me mad. She's sitting there trying to act like a victim, and Tamika, she she I don't know. It was like she was having like a flashback or something, because she was really crying, and she was she it was a heartbreaking scene, and they need to get therapy, and she needs to get help. Mama G, she needs to get help, because that right there is ridiculous, and I really do feel sorry for Tamika. I feel sorry for her. It's crazy.
Yes, it is absolutely crazy. So let me add these last scenes because we got stuff to talk about. So let's get to it. Candy's house. We was at Candy's house, and Taj came by. Taj getting these dollars because she's in like every scene, right? Give it up for Taj. She ain't playing. So
and
she went over to Candy.
Can I just say this real quick? The head wrap was on fleek, okay, with the coat to match, okay, because
come on. She
I thought it was really ugly, but I love that for y'all.
But
she like it.
Hold on, guys. She's showing up for the scenes, right? And she talked about, the trip to Africa, and she let Kandi know. She knew. Now, come on, to tell Kandi of all people would have been better off telling Tiny. She should have stopped by Tiny house and told Tiny this information, because Kandi gets turned up. Kandi was like, oh, she got a deal somewhere. Same thing. She did this before. Okay, Kandi was turned up. Okay, she said the same thing. She's sick of it. All right, and so then I like the scene with Lily and her son. I thought it was really cute. I like to see the families together. I don't know, I'm a sucker for that, but I thought that was like really cute. Lily talking to her son and saying, "Listen, you gotta walk the walk. You're gonna have to go through the rough times so you can see what this business is like." Okay, Tasha's in the studio. Tasha's in the studio, and here come Rocky. Rocky just want to be seen. He wants to be, he's the sixth member, okay? If Mama G's the fifth member, he's the sixth member for sure. Okay? Coming in there, shaking his behind like she did, dropping the best song, whatever. Then he made the worst reference ever. Okay, talking about Ike and Tina. Boy, do you not know that we think you like that anyway? And then you made that reference, not a good move. But anyway, then he gets in the studio, he go talks with Tasha, right? He goes and tells her, you gonna show up. You gonna show up and get that mic and let these girls see who you are. Dude, Rocky, if she was that chick, she had a whole time period where the group wasn't together. Why? Well, she should be coming back. Just like when New Edition broke up and they came back together, Bobby Brown got his own music. Velvet DeVoe had their own little music. There was other members in the group that came back and had some projects outside of New Edition, okay? So now when they go on tour, you got to man it with just Bobby Brown. You got to man it with, what's his darn name? The other guy and the other guys and the other guys. You get what I'm saying, okay? Tasha, where's your single projects that people know about that we can hear? So you and Rocky can go somewhere and sit down. I love Coco and her son too, okay? First of all, those two could be twins, okay? Coco looks darn good for 52. Her son is a cutie pie. I love him, all right? And, you know, boyfriend said, I do not want to go back to dental school. He ain't going. So Coco was like, let's call grandma, let's call Nana. They call Nana, and, you know, but the grandmas always do this. They give in to the grandkids, okay? They raise the kids with an iron fist.
Preach, diva.
Okay? Then the grandkids come around and they get all off. What you want, a mansion? Let me see if I can buy it for you. What you
Run
want?
all over them, diva.
For you. What you want? What do you want? You want to go to McDonald's?
Like, you don't even know your people no more. Them people, they done turned into somebody else.
That part right there, okay? So grandma, she was being strong, talking about you got to go to dental school. He started crying and she said, okay, you got to come sit on my lap. It's going to be all right. If you want to do music, okay? Grandma gave in just like that, okay? But I thought it was really cute. So now they all go to the studio. They meet SWV at the studio. Now, what's the name? SWV people was there, right, at the studio, the two guys, and then, you know, they all get a little sit down and they like, okay, hands in, you doing this, we doing this tour, this little thing together, put your hands in. Of course, Tasha got to be Tasha, right? She, you know, he did that part right there. Because that's how she is, right? Come on, everybody, put your hands in. No, we got to, you know, that part. Okay, she's drama, she's dramatic, she's always doing something, right? So they said, put your hands in. Now, this is where everybody want to get emotional. But this is where I still am Team Kandi, okay? I'm still Team Kandi, okay? We're going to talk about it, people. So Kandi was like, all right, this is all cool and everything. Y'all talking all this, but what about the money? Okay, who name going to be up in lights first? She's Kandi said that part, Nadi. She said, what about the money? What about the dough? She was like, well, who going to be headline? We headline our own stuff, okay? And then, you know, the girls, SWV, and I understand it, they was getting emotional. And she said, listen, y'all calm down with your emotions. Calm down with your emotions, because this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. This is about business and the money. I'm just trying to check to see who's going to get what type of money, okay? And then so Coco, and I get it, Coco got up because Coco was like, the entire, they was like, oh, hold on, this is just high level disrespect. So they got up, and that's when Coco went in the back and was like, listen, do they know who I am? I done sold 30 million records. I ain't doing that for nobody, okay? And I do like Tiny. You know, Tiny is that neutral one in the group. You always got somebody like that in the group, right? Tiny is that neutral one in the group. Because Tiny, you know, Kandi's her girl, but she had to tell Kandi, I don't know if this was the right place, the right time, and if you kind of said it the right way. Okay, she ain't disrespect her own group member, because, you know, Tiny and Kandi, they about the dollars. That's why Tiny got 5 houses now and 5 blenders, and she don't know how to use each blender, each house, because she ain't enough to read the instructions on the blender. They get the money. So they was talking money. That's why Tiny didn't tell Kandi you was wrong. She just was like, I don't know if it was the right place and the right time and the way you said it.
The word you're looking for is diplomatic, is what
that
Tiny
part.
is.
That's what she was trying to tell her. You was, you wasn't diplomatic about it, but that's what Kandi do. Kandi like the money. That's it. Because remember, when Kim Zolciak owed her for a tardy for the party, Kandi was all up in her feelings. She wanted her money. She was like, "You don't think you owe me?" Kandi's about her money. That's it, and that's all. Okay, so Coco, that's right, Leslie. Coco said, "I'm worldwide." Okay, yeah, you worldwide. And you went to Africa and all of that. But my thing is, if you talk about the money first, you're going to keep your business straight. That's all. And listen, as we go around, I want y'all to be truthful on how you feel with this situation. Don, I'm going to start with you. What are your thoughts?
Well, first, let me say this. Coco's son need to stay his black self in school and become a dentist, because we need some more black dentists out here. And like she said, you can sing on the side. How about that? I done already spent 1 year of tuition for you to get in this in this here school. Finish out, okay? And do your music on the side. All right.
That's true.
So, but grandmothers and grandparents are always soft on their grandkids. But I think Lily gets me every time. All her scenes are so real. She was so genuine when she said, she slept in the car. SWV didn't get the best record deal when they first came out. They used to get these signing bonuses, and you had a budget, and that was it. You didn't recoup a lot of money from your sales. What you did on tour is the money that you kept. And when they stopped touring, she didn't budget well. All of them were young, so I understand, why back then, she didn't have the money that she has now. They know how to negotiate their stuff now. Right. But let's get to this scene of delusion. When everybody's in this room.
Yes.
And the one
Let me sit up. Go ahead.
The one we all love. Kandi has, this delusion that that they star in all of their shows. I did a deep dive this afternoon. I looked at Tiny's social media. I looked at Tamika's social media. If you go through their Instagrams, they have shows where they did not headline.
Oh.
They were co-headlining shows with several artists. Monica, Kmar, Belle Biv DeVoe.
Okay.
Quite a few artists that they co-headlined with. So it wasn't when Kandi said that they headlined all of their shows, that was a bit delusional, because she knows that they didn't headline. They don't headline all of their shows. Now let's be for real. Escape is a nice hood rat. No, I'm just joking. They are a nice group for America.
No, sir. No, sir.
But they are
Watch
not,
your wording, sir. Watch your words, please.
They are not a worldwide show like SWV is. SWV is R&B. They're R&B. So the co-headline was absolutely, legitimate. Why can't we co-headline this one date? Because it wasn't presented as a tour. It was presented as one date to sing on. Let's co-headline this. We're going to get equal money, because per the stats after the verses, SWV won. That's why they have a show right now. Mona Scott said the amount of publicity that SWV got. Now, we all know Kandi. We all know that Kandi and Tiny has this fame from their TV shows. Great.
Yes. Okay, finally you put some respect on their name. Finally, go ahead.
They are not selling out arenas by themselves. It is 7 to 8 other acts on that bill.
Okay.
They're not doing it alone. So let's be for real. Give them the respect. Give them the respect that they, give us SWV. They didn't say, I want to headline this. They said, let's co-headline.
I agree with that.
And she did not, Kandi didn't want that. She acted like that that Escape was this big, that was Destiny's Child making a reunion tour. They're not selling out stadiums by themselves. Be for real, girl.
The realest thing you ever
right.
knew. Okay.
All right, hold on 1 second. The Don has spoken. 1 second. Paige, thank you for the super chat. She said we need black dentists, doctors, engineers, lawyers, and electricians. We have enough singers, rappers, and she said and freaker and influencers. I hear you, boo. But Mr. Man wants to follow his dream. Are we not gonna let the young brother follow his dreams? He was crying. He was hurt. He said, I do not want to go back to dental school. Denzel, what do you think? You know, everybody is on Kandi's back. Okay. How do you feel about Kandi saying, listen, we headliners. Now trying to co-host with you or none of that. We the headliners. What are your thoughts? Thank you for the super chat page.
Now, Diva, I love Kandi and I love Escape, but I'm with SWV on this. You know, they are doing that show together. So it should be 50-50. They should be co-headliners, both of them. I love Kandi, but she was doing a little too much.
Oh.
And I said what I said.
Oh. Oh.
That part.
Oh. Okay.
And
what are your thoughts, Kandi or SWV, in this fight against who should headline?
I'm convinced Kandi wants all the money in the world.
Oh my!
You could even leave the YouTube for the YouTubers. Like, girl, you have a YouTube show, 11 restaurants, 10 reality shows. Like, Jesus, do you really need to be paid extra so bad? And who made her the boss? Who made her the speaker of the group? I didn't like that. I think she was doing too much.
Okay. But Carlos King has a YouTube channel. He produces shows and all that. You know, so
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, no, she can't even sing that well, to be honest.
Whoa.
And I think because she probably has more followers on Instagram because, you know, she has so many shows, she probably thinks she's the boss. But relax. It's okay. They said they will do it together. So, like, that sounded like equal pay to me. You know? Did you talk about the Tasha part when she was in the studio?
Yeah, I talked about Tasha in the studio. You could say something on that, sure.
All I gotta say is imagine working hard for a man and falling out with your group so he could live his best life, so he could cheat on you, allegedly.
That's
a sad life. That's very sad.
That part, Shan. That part.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad. That. And he's putting on a whole show. He wants to be the center of attention. Okay, because he even talked about in that studio, what if he sang? And she said, what you gonna do, rap? He said, nah, I don't rap. So if you don't sing, how you gonna be on the listen? He's too much for me. I do not like him, but you know what? She loved him. And let me tell you, his baby mama spoke out. His baby mama got a lot of words in her mouth. He got problems, okay? And Escape is the least of his problems. He needs to mind his business and go handle his business from the streets. But Julius, what are your thoughts?
Weak in my knees. Just quoting a song from SWV right here, you know. You know, Kandi can get a little ahead of herself, but I still love me some Kandi because she is entertaining.
Yes.
But one thing I can say, I don't want to keep referring back to the diva. The Tasha girl, for me, she's nothing like her. Now she can get over herself. I have had that opinion for some kind of years, like watching her on Housewives and, you know.
But Julius, let me ask you this. In this fight between Kandi and SWV and who should headline, are you mad that Kandi wants to know about the money, about the paper? Would you ever start a job and not ask them, or how much money am I going to make?
Oh no, that's gonna be in discussion before I even put
part. That's all Kandi was doing. So why y'all mad at her?
But Diva, I wouldn't go to a job and say, "Let me take your job," and I haven't had the experience either.
Diva, can I say something real quick?
Yes, you can.
You know that saying that says "Jack of all trades, master of none."
Uh-huh.
That's how Kandi reminds me of, allegedly. Like, she doesn't sing that well. She's not that entertaining on reality. Her restaurants fail. It's kind of like you're trying to do 28,000 things.
I can't with her.
Y'all are so mean to Kandi.
Shame.
Listen,
I'm coming, but hold on.
I can't.
Julius, did you finish? Because y'all are being so mean to Kandi. I can't take it. Julius, you good?
I am good. I am cracking up at the shed. I am loving the Shay baby. I gotta give you your props because you is coming with it, serving the tea. I am loving it.
Thank you.
Y'all can't do this to Kandi though.
Y'all know
Nadi?
Diva loves Kandi, so we gotta tread lightly.
Yeah.
And Diva, I love Kandi too. But guess what? Okay, one thing I love about Kandi is her business mind. She always hustle. She on her hustle. She on her grind. You have to respect that.
Yes.
As far as the situation when everybody was putting their hands in, I saw a situation where people were blindsided and it wasn't a conversation had on what the plans were going to be. Right. And because Kandi is so business mind focused and a little bit on the greedy side, she is because you got a lot of you got millions. You got millions, Kandi. It's just like, calm down. I don't feel like that was the time or the place to bring that up. And I felt like that's how SWV felt disrespected. But then also on the flip side, I kind of understand Kandi's stance because she's been burned. Okay, let's just bring it back to the tardy for the party days. Like, she didn't do her homework and stuff like that. And although I didn't feel like it was the time or the place, you know, she should have kind of just got in the moment. And she just, you notice everybody came glammed up. Kandi was dressed down, like in her workout gear, focused, ready to go in. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But I felt like it was not the time or the place to bring that situation up. And I felt like what SWV presented was a fair deal across the board, right? We could go behind the scenes and work out the logistics, okay? Because we both in this for the same thing, trying to make money or whatever. And no, but at the end of the day, like, it's an opportunity. Like, I love them on Versus Battle. Out there on the stage together, just singing and stuff like that. I want to see it again. I do. As a fan of both of them. And they both are great groups in their own rights. Okay. Let's just say that. They both have different talents. And no, Kandi's voice is not my favorite. You know what I mean? I just think Kandi struggles with finding her sound. She battles with that, you understand, or whatever, but she's a great business person. She's a great business mind. But sometimes people who are in business like that constantly, they don't know how to get emotional a little bit and see like the bigger vision. Like, this is a sisterhood. We paved the way for all these huge R&B artists. Like, we did the grind back in the day, whether it be Lily. Oh, and I love Lily scene with her son. That hoodie was dope with the SWV and the Stones. The fit, okay? Let's talk about it. But Lily always real.
Nadi, let me ask you something. Hold on one second. Natasha, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this super chat and the knowledge that you're dropping to the people. Thank you, girlfriend.
Yes.
SWV has opened up.
Yes.
Has opened up for Escape before. Has opened up for Escape before.
So why can't we be equally great and co-host?
No, hold on. That's not equal. That means that Escape headlined and SWV opened up for them. You understand? So SWV, you're not being asked anything unusual by Kandi. It has happened before. Girlfriend, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you and the knowledge. Give the people the knowledge so we can have a conversation, okay?
And Kandi is not being asked anything unusual too, because they've been the undercard quite a few times.
I just think Kandi is a woman scorned out here in these industry streets or whatever. And so she puts the business before anything. Feelings. That's what I get from Kandi.
I'm coming to you, Nikki. I'm coming to you. But let me throw this out there too, Donnie. Then I'm gonna come to Nikki. Okay. I gotta throw this out to you too, right? You gotta be about the business. Why do we think when it comes to money, like people, they're being greedy? She's being a smart person and building a generational wealth. She got her daughter out there in New York in the college. She got the 2 little ones now that she got to send to college. She got to be smart about this money. So every show that I do, I need to know about the money. And I do not want to co-host with you. I want to be the headliner. We headliners. We don't co-host, okay? That's what we do.
Period.
Period.
Can I just please? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm coming to you. Go ahead.
Okay. So let me just first say, I only really like Taj because she seems more relatable, just reasonable or whatever. I haven't seen the show yet, so I'm excited to go see, Kandi giving them the business. But let me just say this. I feel as though, one, I don't think Kandi isn't asking for anything that if a man was standing up there asking for, people would be like, he's a boss. He's being firm. He's standing in his truth. He knows what he's doing. He's making a deal. I don't understand why we got to dumb ourselves down, stay in one box. Like, I just feel as though America likes to do that. We need to check what race are you, what gender are you, who you like, where you go, where you live. Like, I just feel like this. I'm gonna follow the person that's making the money, and from what I can see, Kandi's the one that's winning on all cylinders. I don't see a reason why she should be like, well, I think I should just dumb myself down a little bit so we can give everybody else a participation trophy. No, I'm a star. I know my worth, and I'm gonna come to collect it. Now, I do feel, just based on my love of SWV and XSCAPE equally, that they both could. I feel like they're equal in my opinion in terms of my personal anecdotal love for the groups and their songs and whatnot. So like, I wouldn't really care who got top billing, but like Diva said, you're not going to go to a job and not know what the money is first. And also too, I just feel this way. I hate to generalize, but I do think a lot of times women, and I'm saying that because I've been that woman where it's like, okay, I don't know if I could ask for 80,000. You know what I'm saying? Yes, because but my husband has zero problem. He years ago, he was working for this international company and they didn't give him what he wanted. He was like, good. Okay, I'm just letting you know, I'm about to put my resume out there, and they went and got his money. I just feel as though I'm not going to, like, you either going to give it to me because you think I'm worth it or you're not. And again, I just feel like if Kandi is the one that's been making the money, and obviously, she's continuously doing something, and it doesn't matter that, like, I heard someone say, oh, her restaurants failed or something like that. My thing is, most people that go into business fail at some point. Even if you don't go into business, all of us fail at something. So let's just be very clear. So like, even when you go to the job and they say, what have you failed at? And people think they're so smart by saying, oh, I've never failed. No, you have. You're human. So let's just be honest about it. And then too, like, the last thing I really want to say about Kandi, as far as like just trying to defend her top, nobody told like Steve Jobs, hey, you need to stop at making a computer. Don't make an iPod or iPad or all of the devices that we walking around here, the iWatch and the earpods. And nobody telling Steve Jobs, rest his soul, that he needs to stay in his lane and he needs to, why do you need to go take over the world? Why shouldn't I? Like, I don't understand. Think about it like this. If your child was like, Mom, I want to do da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, are you going to tell your child, well, no. Stay in this box over here. We think this will be a good place for you. Or do you want them to go out there and go get it? Like, that's, if I had children, that's what I'm going to tell my child. I'm never going to tell them, well, maybe you can't do that. I'm going to say, go make a business plan, go read a book, or the internet now, because people don't really read books like that. But I'm just saying, like, I just don't understand why we got to knock the lady that's winning. Like, if she was this mean, like, asshole, if she had Kenya is like, to me, that type of person. She's just kind of mean and just vicious, and she is a shade assassin, but I feel like she doesn't always have the best intentions. She's like in a competition all the time, I feel like. I don't get that from Kandi. I get from Kandi, which is why she got done dirty by Kim. She was genuinely like, I'm just want to help her. We could just see if we can make it hot. And then because of her generosity, she got taken advantage of. Not because she's being a butthole, but I just really feel
she learned her lesson, and she's not going to let it ever happen again. I am Leo Aries. What are your thoughts?
Can you read about Emmanuel's comment? He made a great comment.
Okay, let me read this comment. Kandi is a millionaire. Tiny boasted on how she didn't boast. She just mentioned it. Okay, she just mentioned how many houses she had. Meanwhile, SWB struggles. Lily was homeless, and Kandi still wants to get the bigger billing. Selfish. How is that selfish? Because you didn't manage your life right. Now, when I come and do a collab with you, I gotta give you charity. No.
Well, Diva, here's the thing.
It's one show, though. It's one show. It's not a tour.
Yeah, they weren't. This is not a writing show. If this was a writing show, then yes, let Tiny and Kandi be the big ballers of that show. Let them, because that's what they've done well.
Mm-hmm.
They've written well and made millions of dollars off of their writing, not off of Escape.
Exactly.
So Kandi made her bag off of writing, and then the other businesses came. She never made her bag off of Escape. So we give it. I mean, I'm glad she's a great businesswoman. We give her accolades of her business mindset, but they didn't make their money off of Escape.
I mean, but sis got a Grammy. They don't. So
yeah, I know, but she got a
Grammy.
They talked about collabing for one show.
Yeah, I get
one show, not a tour.
I get it.
So why is it a question of headlining and this and that? Let's just do a show
because like she feels like she the real Slim Shady. So I just don't know why she can't be if she want to be.
And then,
but I do agree with y'all with the one show thing.
Your own thing. But
no,
we just talking about collabing on one show,
right? So let me just say this.
Bring our fans together.
I haven't
and do one show. Like,
I haven't
think
seen
the
it,
ego.
so
exactly.
But I will say this. I can't with the. Listen, I agree. Just from like the previews or whatever, what they showed from what I see, to me, I get like it's just one show. So why can't we co-headline? That's the first thing I'm thinking out of my mouth. But what I'm saying is the overall conversation that I hear online and even on here is like she's being selfish or she's being whatever. I'm like, if she was a man, nobody would be telling, whoever to do that. They wouldn't be telling them that.
I don't feel like she's being selfish. I feel like she's just programmed, business mind all the time. And sometimes when you're like that, it takes like the emotion from it. And so people get offended at it. And you're just trying to be business.
But I'm not in charge of your feelings.
Okay,
though.
But look,
guys, let me let some other people in the conversation. And I just want to say this. Sometimes what you do here sets the precedent for what will happen later, right? So if I let you sneak in right now and take away part of my payday, then later on you're going to try to do the same. Well, we did it before. Why can't we do it now? No, that's why I'm going to get this thing straight now. I am the headliner. Point blank and period. But I am Leo. What are your thoughts? Because they beat me up right now.
Okay, so I did check out Kandi speak on it, and what she said on there was, first of all, she gave SWV their deserved props. She did say how great they are. She did confirm they did sell more records than Escape, but she's saying what their success was then, not to say that they're not successful, that it's not translating into ticket sales. And they showed the proof of in the present. She showed, she comes with her receipts. Yeah. So they got it was called the Great Escape Tour, and it was theirs. They were the headliners, and SWV did open, and they made 28 cities. They sold out all 28 stadiums. They got awards for it. And what she was stating is that when it comes to the business part, she says she's going to be the bad guy. Their management team was not up to par because no one was speaking because they're all with Tasha. Remember, they rocking them people. So when it was time to negotiate, she understood she had to put it out on the floor early. In the beginning. And she said she is okay with everybody being mad with her, but it's only business. It's nothing personal. And she says that when it comes to ticket sales, they have been meeting because it's a statistical thing. They have been meeting their goals of selling out arenas, that they brought proof to the table that this is what a promoter will get in return from our ticket sales.
She knows
she knows the business, and she said their group did speak about it. All four in Escape did agree. She wished some more people would have stood up. Yes, she does get what Tiny said, that It wasn't the time or the place, but she said it was never going to be a time or a place. And her people were there as long as SWV's people were there along with SWV. And their people weren't there. So she had to do the speaking.
Come on now, talk to us now. SWV people was there. That's right. Come on, bring the facts to play.
Okay. And so it wasn't, and they showed different like festivals when everybody is co-headlining. It is different than when you're putting on, she said, even if it's not going to be a tour, it's just going to be one show. She said, if they don't agree with the terms, we negotiate the terms. Maybe we can make it sweeter for everybody, but it still has to be an understanding that Escape statistically can prove with ticket sales that they bring about the seating. They bring about the sales for the tickets. Now, if SWV people want to bring up their ticketing receipts and have a negotiation, she says she's up for that too. She just wanted to put it out there and let everybody just be mad. At least she said it.
Right, at least she said it. Hold on, thank you for the super chat. She can't co-headline with SWV, but she can write Kim some songs. I don't get it. See, y'all being messy. Thank you for the super chat. So Escape needed them to sell tickets too. Listen, they need each other, okay? They need each other. Speak on it. I mean, you gotta, let's speak on. Let's talk about this thing here. I did. Y'all see Taj and Coco on Instagram Live? I did. Even the after show, they was laughing about the situation. I really like SWV's overall vibe. They sure were. I like them too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like them too. I like them a lot. And I'm gonna tell you, as a person, I'm going to be very honest with you before I go to ratings. As a person, do I think it should be a co-headline? Yeah, that sounds good. As a person, I do think that. As business, though, I get what Kandi's saying. 100%. And see, sometimes as people, that's how we end up broke, losing out, not making as much, because we let our personal feelings get into the situation. When you're doing business, leave your personal feelings on the table, at the side, at the door.
Hey, Diva,
you want to get all personal? You about to go buy yourself a car. You going to get all personal because you know the salesperson? Or you going to go around and keep going till you get the best deal? Which one you doing? I'm going to go find the best deal.
And she didn't present her case in an emotional way when she spoke on it. She didn't say, well, I feel like Escape is better. No, she said by their ticket sales, this is what the promoter is inclined to bring in, and we negotiate for us a headlining fee. Yes, it is about the money.
Listen, and we can't trust those ticket sales. They were given by Don Juan, and we know he a yes man.
Okay.
But you present a case to a place, a business. So I don't really believe people go in and talking about, this is just how I feel.
Okay, so hold on. I got to let some other people in the building. JL, I was trying to show you a little stats. I think you put your stats in there on who's listened to the most on Spotify. All I'm going to say, don't do that. Don't do that.
SWV.
Don't do that.
People, yes, the streamers for SWV is higher than Escape, but I'm still Team Escape all day long. Let's just put it out there. Come for me. Go ahead on and at me. It's cool.
That part. Radiance, what are your thoughts? Okay. Team Escape in the building. I appreciate you. Come on. What are your thoughts?
Okay. I am Team Escape, but my girl Kandi was doing the most in the moment. Okay. She gave us a TV moment. I do agree with the young lady that said Kandi is always in business mode, because remember on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Phaedra, that's the same thing they said about her being a lawyer. It's hard for them to talk about their personal life. She didn't want to open up. She don't want to share emotions. So by Kandi being a Taurus, I do think she's business oriented, but she don't know how to take the head off and let it rest. The SWV managers, they came out the gate saying co-host, co-headline. I don't personally see a problem with it being one show. It's not a tour. It's not a forever thing. It's just a show. And they almost made Coco bipolar disorder come on out. She was getting ready to snap. And I like Taj energy. She's good with both of the groups. She's a happy medium. Lily was saying some real things. And so I like SWV vibes. But I do commend Kandi on getting the money out in the opening, because before you want to address all that before contracts come out, before money is paid and given, and we done book shows. Let's do it now rather than. So I feel like Tiny told her it wasn't a time or place, but it needed to happen, and she just had to get it done. But also, Tiny learned a lot from Kandi, so she about the bag too. So Kandi want her name in lights. She want her name first. She want it bigger, and she want a headline. And I just feel like, girl, it's a show together. Just do it for this time. So just like SWV was saying, your own tour, all escape, you can headline for that. So I feel like Kandi was in a little TV moment, just giving us something to talk about. Just how she'll drop a little gem on Real Housewives of Atlanta, because she's not about the drama, but she'll say a little thing or two and let y'all run with it. So that's what Kandi did in this moment.
Oh, yes. Now, SWV, thank you so much. Now, let the redeem say so. I did not see your chat, your chat. I have to go back and try to find it. But come on now, girlfriend, say it. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. Hello. Okay, all of y'all out there saying Kandi should have shut up. Do y'all see this? A closed mouth doesn't get fed.
Okay, so that's cute. That's cute, right? That's cute.
I just really feel like it was a moment for TV. Like, I agree with her. So we
congratulate Kandi for saying they should open, but then we say Coco is wrong for standing up for SWV. Aren't they both standing up for their respective groups?
Yeah, I feel like they stuck together. They stuck together.
Listen, SWV is going to get paid, but Kandi had to speak up and told nobody wants to talk about the money. But y'all gotta give it up for Kandi. She brought it up. Okay, and SWP people was there. They should have brought it up first. But Kandi had to bring it up. Kandi had to say, stop. I don't care about the stage light, the dancers, the sparkling stuff you want flying out the sky. I want to know about the money.
But they did bring it up first, Diva. Hey, Diva, they did bring it up first. So SWV management said we're co-headlining. Kandi disagreed with it and said, no, we should headline. And then Coco said, no, it should be a co-headline, because I'm not opening up for you all on a single show.
I have to go back and look, Don. I'm not going to fight you, but I felt like
it's true though. That's what happened.
Because I got to go to E first. Kandi is a hustler and should not have to stop because others can't hustle as well. I'm trying to tell you. I got to stop my hustle because y'all don't know how to hustle.
You know, I think Kandi is the type diva, like, she good hustle solo. But when it comes to a group, like, I just feel like it's always been this battle. Like, I'm in charge. I'm behind the scenes. And this is my thing. If you want to headline the whole thing, sponsor it then. I'm just saying. You know, you got enough connects, sponsor it. Then you get all the money.
Wait, Nikki, I gotta wait because E has been waiting.
Okay.
E, you're in the building. Thanks. Hey, girlfriend, we miss you. What's up? What are your thoughts?
Hi, Diva. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. I want people to stop coercing young folks to take the safest route. Forget that. And I'm talking about the scene with Jalen and Coco. Okay. These kids need to be encouraged to go for it. Okay. Otherwise, they'll live their life and they'll regret it. If the world needs more black dentists, then go tell all those black kings selling dime bags in front of the gas station to go to dentistry school. Okay, make themselves useful.
Come on, E. I missed you.
Hey, Shan. You know I missed you, girl. We need to go tell Peter Thomas.
It's naughty.
We need to go tell Peter Thomas. We need to tell Peter Thomas to become a black dentist. Where's this energy for Martell Holt? Who is Jamal Bryant, Apollo Nida? How come all those black men, they get to live their dreams, but Jalen at 19, he has to go to dentistry school? Like, come on. He has youth on his side, and as a millennial, it was very disturbing to me to witness that mom discourage that child from sharing his God-given talent. Everybody cannot sing the way God has blessed Jalen to sing. That's just a fact. So If it's about the tuition, then Coco needs to chalk that up to growing pains, go on to and make the money back. But we don't need to discourage that child from sharing his God-given talent. Now, I want to talk about Latasha in the studio. That was a wasted Hallmark jingle that nobody needed to hear. Folks need to stop preaching the word of gospel why they're raising so much hell and causing so much strife and stealing. Okay, how are you going to preach gospel and you're breaking the commandments? Now, that doesn't even sound right. Latasha is a charlatan in a blonde wig and too tight clothes, and we need to call it out. You have to pick another struggle with this one. Okay, do you want to be Yolanda Adams or do you want to be Nene Leakes? You cannot be both. It's nothing about Latasha that says gospel, and the Bravo audience is not connecting with this. One thing for certain and two things for sure. The solo career didn't happen for Latasha at 20, and it damn sure won't happen at 50. She ruined it. Forget this gospel stuff and do like Coco said, go to dentistry school. Go to school with Dr. Heavenly, Latasha, and we need more black dentists, right? That's what y'all wanted. So how come nobody is encouraging Latasha to go to dentistry school? Why is that, Diva?
Welcome aboard, E. Welcome aboard.
E, I missed you.
I missed you too, but hold on.
I need you, E. You gotta answer this question. Who's right in this battle between headline, co-headline, and all of that? Did we lose E?
I are in agreement. Here is where I stand with Kandi Suge Knight Burris, okay? I ain't mad at you, girl. Why would I co-headline and lower my current rate to save their feelings, okay? Kandi and Tiny are more current to the culture. And I just don't think that that's fair for Kandi to lower her rate just to save the feelings of SWV. Forget that. And I'm tired of people saying Kandi is the only Kandi can't sing. Like, I'm tired of hearing that. Kandi can sing. Kandi can sing tenor. Kandi can sing alto, and Kandi can sing soprano. If anybody knows anything about harmony, if anybody knows anything about harmony, I'm sorry?
She's the only female to win the Masked Singer on NBC.
Talk about
Thank you, baby. Absolutely. But here's the thing. If you know anything about harmonies and girl groups, Kandi is the one that you need for a girl group harmony. She provides the vocal foundation to the harmonies. You cannot deny that, because not one of them in that group, not even Latasha, can hit that high note that Kandi does on Understanding. Not one of them. And they cannot touch Kandi's low notes. Tiny, Tamika, and Latasha can do everything in the middle, but Kandi can do everything outside from the bottom to the top. That's important to note. And what I'll say about SWV, if y'all really want this night of R&B so bad, listen to me. Why don't you go get TLC, In Vogue, Destiny's Child, and Diana Ross and the Pips? If you really want to do a night of R&B and girl groups, go get some real singers, please. Because when it comes to Kandi Suge Knight Burris, listen, you're going to pay me what you owe me. That's what Kandi said. Okay, people are talking about Kandi's restaurants failing or what have you, but every time I drive past Camp Creek, the parking lot is full. So Kandi is getting her money, whether the restaurants are failing or not. And I think people are just hating on Kandi, and like, because Kandi's the boss. Okay, now let SWV do this show. Everybody in the comments. Everybody in the comments. SWV has said that they have been touring every year. They do 50 shows a year or whatever she said. How come y'all ain't seen them yet? Y'all wanted to see them that bad? How come y'all ain't seen them? They've been touring every year since the 90s. What happened? I thought y'all wanted to see them so bad.
And Kandi made the market oversaturated because they've done so many shows. So they're kind of guessing as well that most people who wanted to see SWV have already seen SWV. Talk about it.
Well, I'll tell you this. Every time SWV comes to the Howard Theater, they have a sold-out show, and they are the only group on the bill. I don't know how SWV will do in the slums like Escape does with 50 other acts on the show. But when it comes to major cities, SWV can have their own standalone show and sell out.
Nikki, you wanted to speak. Go ahead.
Yes, I have to listen. I have to admit, first of all, that I have been what do you call those people? Oh, I forget what they're called, but it's like a phantom watcher where I watch your panel of people, and I promise you, I completely disagree with Miss E. I yell at this iPad every week, and I tonight have to say I have agreed and been thoroughly entertained with everything she says, because typically I'm like, oh my God, I can't with her. Her and Mr. The Don, I like y'all tonight, even though we don't necessarily, I don't know if we like each other in real life. On here, y'all have been very entertaining. But what I wanted to say is that I think the whole, even though I haven't seen the show yet, the whole scenario that you guys have been talking about the who's headlining, that whole scenario, to me, that just seems like pre-produced, meaning like the producers know that this is going to be contentious because you have two groups that feel however they feel about themselves and their worth and what they're going to bring to the table. That's going to be contentious no matter what. So I think them getting them together in that way and not having it in a like probably more official way where the attorneys would probably talk and all the upper people would talk and Kandi and them probably wouldn't even have a say. They probably would make out
you do have a say now. That's how. See,
I'm not saying she wouldn't have a say, but I'm saying it's sort of like we're gonna get everything together, and then it's sort of like with 2-year-olds, right? You or 3-year-olds. You say, okay, I'm not gonna fight with you about what you want to wear, but I'm gonna give you 6 outfits. That's kind of how I feel about what they do. You know, in terms of like the people that at the top. They're going to give Kandi and whomever else, but they're going to just present them all of the options that they have. And I don't think it would have been a situation where it would have been any type of animosity between the group. They set it up so that we could do exactly what we're doing right here, right now. Setting the internet on fire, Team Kandi or Team Escape and Team SWV, when truly, I think probably everybody sitting on here like both of those people's music. But they have us talking about it. So it's sort of like,
we don't do teams.
I wholeheartedly love both of their music, but I just respect Kandi's business savvy. And I think all of them ladies can pick up from her business savvy because the girl got it going on.
I think so too.
So we got to close this thing out because I'm coming back tomorrow night with Love and Marriage DC. And tomorrow's my birthday. But anywho, okay. But I'm going to go around. And I got one question for everybody. So I'm going to start with you, Don. If you had to take somebody in to negotiate a deal with you, and it's SWV or Kandi, who you taking?
I'm taking Mama E. Because Mama E know how to manipulate the situation. Listen, she good.
And my mama
who you taking? Who you taking? You got SWV. Who you taking to do a business deal with you?
SWV.
Oh, you gonna lose.
Contract with these.
You will not be co-headlining. You are going to get the worst deal ever. But go ahead, SWV. Okay, Jen, who you taking with you, SWV or Escape?
I'm sorry, you said me?
Yes.
I know I talked a lot of SHIT. Kandi.
See, I knew it. You see it? You see
now you want to be team.
No. I still stand by.
Radiance. That's all we want to hear.
No, listen, Diva. What I want to hear? Are you going to see Escape? That's what I want to hear. Did you buy a ticket to see Escape?
You know what? Right. No, but my girlfriend's trying to give me a ticket last night to New Edition, and I just couldn't go. It was too late for me.
But you going to see Escape though?
Of course, I want to see Kandi. Julius, hold on, don't get any distractions, Shan. Julius, it's a business deal. Who you taking? Kandi from Escape or SWV?
Listen, I'm gonna have to go with Auntie Kandi on this one, and I'm making sure
Auntie Kandi.
Y'all dogging her out, but Kandi for the win so far. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Detail, make sure all my money is right. Because listen, you ain't jipping me.
That part. Kandi for the win so far, people. You see what I'm trying to say?
Get your coin.
Lovey Evans, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy birthday, Diva. My brother's birthday is tomorrow too. Yeah, your brother's a good one, honey.
birthday,
Aries in the building. Thank you so much for the super chat. Nadi, who you taking on the business deal with you?
You already know, Diva. Like, I'm Team Kandi all day. Business. Okay. I seen her evolve through the years, and she went from tardy from the party. I'm Team Kandi all day. I am. It's just all about the time and the place. That's it. That's it for me.
Kandi gonna get you them dollars. Kandi gonna get you them dollars. Nikki, who you taking with you?
I'm gonna take Todd Tucker because he's an opportunist. No, I'm playing.
That part.
Listen, I ain't never mad at Todd because honestly, he's a Leo just like me, and he's married to a Taurus just like me, so he know what he's doing. But the reason I say him is because I do think Kandi she's smart and she has an entertainment business like mine, but I think Todd has a really good just like numbers. Like he understands how to get to the bag the right way. And I feel like him coming into her life has made her raise her bar. So I would take Kandi and Todd with me.
They good together as a team. Yeah. They good together as a team. I am Leo Aries. Who you taking with you?
You know, I'm already taking Kandi Burris Tucker with me. And you know, but I do agree with Nikki though. I think that is Todd. That's right. Todd is the numbers guy. So yeah, that would be everything. I would love to.
Well, you know what? Wait, y'all trying to convince me is I got to think about that though, because remember she said he opened up a trucking business. He ain't never do nothing with Todd. You know he can be a little fool around with the money. I think it's Kandi.
He fooling around with other people's money. He's smart. He not using his money and investing his money. He investing their money like people.
Allegedly,
his wife money.
I'm investing my husband's money. I'm just saying, we just don't have millions like them, but I invest his money, my money, his money. So
listen,
they built the empire. They built the empire together. So Nikki is right. Like her, they elevated together. You know, she had her coin and he had a penny or two when they got together. But as they've been married for 10 years, I think, they got it.
You said a penny or two. Black Panthers, thank you so much. You said yes, Aries in the building. Happy early birthday, Diva. Mine is Wednesday the 22nd. Happy early birthday to you also. JL talking about fraud in the polls. Now, these polls were not tampered with. We asking the people live. We taking a live poll here. Listen, and y'all in the chat, be honest. You got a business deal to go on. Who you taking, SWV or Kandi? Y'all talked all that mess, but who's going on the business deal with you? Tell me.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Radiance, who's going on the business deal with you?
Shane, all this shade you've been throwing tonight. Okay. So so when I walk in the room, of course, I'm taking Kandi, big dollars, long contract, Burris Tucker. Okay.
That part. I appreciate you. Look at everybody saying Kandi. Y'all talk all that mess about Kandi, and now everybody bringing Kandi and Todd to the business deal with them. Who's going to the business deal with you?
Kandi.
Did you say Kandi?
I'm sorry.
Did we lose? Yeah, did we lose? Can
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Who you bringing with you? She's breaking
Kandi
up.
Suge Knight Burris. That's who I'm bringing.
Not Suge Knight.
I'm telling you.
I cannot.
That's what I'm bringing.
Danielle, don't be mad at the polls. The polls told the truth. They have spoken, okay? And Kim Burris, Suge Knight has won, okay? Listen, guys, I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. I had a good time breaking down this show tonight. I gotta tell you, this show is really, really good. I think now we only got 3 more episodes left, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I was gonna say, I don't know why it's only 6. I mean, that's crazy.
We need a second season.
I think Kandi said somewhere that they are gonna start filming again because they started out with only 6 episodes, but it's been getting like a really good. Sorry, that's my dog. Yeah.
Oh, let me see your dog.
He's crazy. Come here, Bentley.
Let's see.
Come here,
Bentley.
Bentley.
The name is cute, right?
Yeah.
This is Bentley. He don't know his name is Bentley.
God, he's cute.
That's a cute dog.
He's
He
crazy,
is
and
cute.
he don't look like a girl because they be disrespecting my dog. They be calling him a girl.
They be calling the girl Bentley. Great show. Thank you, Sin City. Great show. Happy birthday, Diva 53 and holding God. God bless. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Amen.
Listen, guys, I love y'all. Good night. It's been this
Good
show.
night.
I didn't think it was gonna be this long tonight. Check out Kandi's interview on Club Shay Shay. Very good. Good show.
Okay.
Oh, who's Club
Is that
Shay
on the
Shay?
internet?
Is Club Shay Shay on YouTube?
Who is Club Shay?
Yeah, Shannon Sharp. I think that's the same one.
Oh,
really?
Okay. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Girl show you said you watched? The Don.
Yeah, that's Shannon Sharp show.
Okay. I'll watch.
Okay.
It was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay. Is it an hour?
An hour and 20 minutes.
Good God. All right, I gotta watch it tomorrow then. Not tonight. Well, listen, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Love y'all. The train is
Make sure y'all
for
come
the
by
last
tomorrow,
stop.
Miss Diva. Happy birthday tomorrow.
Yes, happy birthday.
Happy
tomorrow.
birthday to you.
Yes.
Can I
thank
ask?
you.
Is
Yes.
this show? When is it live? Because I be getting like the.
I
tail
usually
end.
do 8 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time.
So 7
for
o'clock
me.
my time. Okay.
Yes. Oh, yes. I usually do 8 p.m. Yeah. All right. Thanks for being here.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
All right.
Good night, Diva.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Happy birthday.
Thank you.